Hey everyone, it's Tony from Mr. T's Toys, the place to review and discuss vintage and modern toys and geek out over fandoms from today and yesterday. And today I decided to bring out some of my wrestling toys. In particular, I really like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. And I can remember watching wrestling as a kid back in the WWF days when I thought that it was real, but it definitely was entertaining. In particular, there was a children's cartoon that was on Saturday mornings, and that was in 1985. It was Hulk Hogan's Rocking Wrestling, and that had Hulk and Andre and a few of his buddies pitted against Roddy Piper and some of the heels from the WWE back in the day. So that was a very entertaining cartoon. Didn't really have figures specifically for that. But in 1984, we did see these giant LJN toys, and they're just like indestructible rubber, super fun. Titan Sports LJN, and I remember I never had Hulk or Andre back then. I had Nikolai Volkov. That was the only one I had for some reason, but it was pretty cool. Hulk came with a belt. Usually the figures came with something, some type of accessory. And they were a lot of fun, took up a little bit of space. And in 1985, they came out with smaller versions that were bendies, so they had like a wire in them. I remember I had Junkyard Dog, that one. But what I had a few of were these thumb wrestlers. So they were, like the thumb wrestling thing. You'd put them on your thumb and you would wrestle against someone else. So there was Hogan and Rowdy Piper, and there was Hogan versus Iron Sheik. There was Big John Studd versus Hogan. There was a bunch of different 2-packs of these. And so I remember I had a couple of those, as well as some knockoff. They had a lot of knockoff back in the day, like these two figures here. So this is a little tiny Andre the Giant type figure. And just made in Hong Kong. So really just 5 POA here. And obviously, Andre wasn't really that muscular. He was strong, don't get me wrong. But, this is a better depiction of his body style than this little guy here. Fun toy. And then Hogan, I remember seeing lots of these. So this is, the 5.5 inch that, is made famous by the He-Man and Masters of the Universe. So I thought that these were fantastic. This is the type of toy that I wanted. It was, in scale with my He-Man, so that they could wrestle each other, or they could team up and battle Skeletor. So this was it just as a knockoff product, the quality isn't really there like the Master of the Universe line. But I mean, these guys have held up. I've got a few of these in my collection. Oh, Andre's taking a dive. So. This is just it's a massive piece of rubber toy here. Let's see if we can get him. So so the nice thing is that years later we did finally get a lot of wrestlers in that He-Man style here. You can see I've got a Hogan here from a newer version of him when he went heel, and I've got one of the masters of the WWE universe, and Andre the Giant here. I haven't released him from the package. I've got an open Hogan just over to the side, but so it was nice to get these figures in that the more posable He-Man style, and of the Masters of the Universe origins. All the accessories, some soft goods clothing. The belts, really cool. But one of, I guess one of the more iconic battles would be when Hogan had to fight Andre the Giant. You know, they were friends for many years, or so the story went. But in WrestleMania 3, I believe it was, which, gosh, 1987. I don't know when I watched it. I think it was on a video cassette. I think that's how you watched them back in the day. I just remember watching it on my TV with my dad. And Hogan actually picked up Andre the Giant and slammed him. And that was something else. And you know, to defend his belt. And then of course, you know, that feud went on. You know, years later, I think they probably met again in WrestleMania 4, and I think Andre eventually won. But back in the day, you know, watching the cartoon, playing with these toys, watching, you know, wrestling on the TV, it was something very, very fun for us kids to do. Here's a newer version of Andre from 1990, still pretty old. But this was a fun toy line. Not as much articulation, but they had some type of feature. This one here is just kind of like, not much of a feature, but it was something for 1990. And the likeness is not too bad either. But of course, when I saw this, this was like a WrestleMania anniversary set that came out a couple years back. I thought, oh, I've got to get that. And then turns out I already had that version of Andre back here. It's the exact same mold and everything is the same, but I had it back here in a little ring. But you know, Andre the Giant, you know, one of my favorites. Was a great actor in The Princess Bride, and definitely miss seeing him in wrestling and other pop culture since he's been gone. But yeah, that's it for today. Just thought I would talk about my wrestlers, in particular Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like and subscribe.